He was born into a humble life, working as a bus driver and a union leader before ever stepping into the political arena. This is the story of Nicolás Maduro, born on November 23, 1962, in Caracas, Venezuela. His early days were far from politics, but his grassroots work with labor unions pulled him into the world of Venezuelan socialism. He quickly became a devoted follower of the charismatic leader Hugo Chávez, and his political journey began. Maduro's rise through the ranks was steady and calculated. He was appointed foreign minister in 2006, a position he held until 2013. During this time, he was instrumental in strengthening Venezuela's relationships with nations like Russia, Iran, and China, building a network of international allies that would prove crucial later on. His loyalty and effectiveness didn't go unnoticed. He was soon appointed vice president, placing him right next to the seat of power. When Hugo Chávez died in 2013, Maduro was his hand-picked successor. That's how Miguel Maduro faced his first major test, a presidential election. He won, but by a razor-thin margin, a sign of the divided nation he was about to lead. And so, the Maduro era officially began. What followed was a period of unprecedented turmoil. Under his leadership, Venezuela spiraled into one of the most severe economic crises in modern history. The country was gripped by hyperinflation, which rendered the currency, the bolivar, practically worthless. The impact on daily life was catastrophic. Imagine walking into a grocery store and finding the shelves completely bare. That was the reality for millions of Venezuelans. Food shortages became a part of everyday life. Basic necessities, from toilet paper to soap, were impossible to find. The healthcare system collapsed. Hospitals ran out of medicine, and treatable illnesses became life-threatening. The social fabric began to tear apart. Crime rates skyrocketed, making cities unsafe. Power outages became a regular occurrence, plunging homes and businesses into darkness for hours, sometimes days at a time. The crisis reached a breaking point, and people started to leave. In one of the largest migrations in recent history, more than 7 million Venezuelans fled their homeland, creating a massive refugee crisis across Latin America and beyond. They left behind their homes, their families, and everything they knew in search of a better life. How did Maduro's government respond to this devastating collapse? With an iron fist, the government launched harsh crackdowns on any form of dissent. Opposition leaders were arrested, protests were violently suppressed, and freedom of the press was dismantled. Maduro consolidated his power, relying heavily on the loyalty of the military to maintain control. In 2018, he ran for re-election. The result was a landslide victory for him, but the election was widely condemned by the international community. Dozens of countries, including the United States and many European nations, refused to recognize the results, calling the election a sham. In response, they imposed heavy economic sanctions on Venezuela and took the extraordinary step of recognizing opposition leader Juan Guaidó as the legitimate interim president. This created a bizarre political standoff, with two men claiming to be the rightful leader of the country. Yet, through it all, Maduro held on. His grip on power remained firm, thanks to the unwavering support of the Venezuelan military and the continued backing from his international allies, particularly China and Russia, who provided economic and political lifelines. Today, the perception of Nicolás Maduro is deeply polarized. To his supporters, he is a symbol of anti-imperialist resistance, a leader bravely standing up against foreign interference and defending Venezuela's sovereignty. They see the economic crisis as a direct result of an economic war waged by the United States and its allies. To his detractors, he is a dictator, a ruthless autocrat who has destroyed a once prosperous nation, plunged its people into poverty, and clung to power at any cost. So, who is the real Nicolás Maduro? Is he a political survivor, navigating a hostile world determined to see him fail? Or is he a leader who refused to let go, even as his country crumbled around him? The story is complex, and the answer often depends on who you ask. What do you think? Let us know your perspective in the comments below. And if you want more deep dives into the figures shaping our world, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.